Hi, my name is Tauseef Rehman. I am currently studying in Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Pakistani School, UAE. I am in 9th standard. Today I got the golden opportunity to represent the topic mitigation of carbon. So let's start. First of all, we should know the exact meaning of the term mitigation. Mitigation means to mitigate or minimize something. The two very important questions arises here are why we should mitigate carbon emissions and how we can. We should mitigate carbon emissions because it's very important for our environment, and why it is we will know about it in next few slides. And how we can mitigate it. We can mitigate carbon emissions by making power on site with renewable and friendly climate energy resources. For example, to include rooftop solar panels, solar water heating, fuel cells powered by natural gas or renewable hydrogen and geothermal energy. As you can see in the diagram how solar water heating system works. Our steps to mitigate carbon emissions. Our first step is to reduce the carbon emissions responsible for climate change. We need to use more clean energy and use that energy more efficiently to power everything from our cell phones to our homes, offices, and factories. We need to drive cars and trucks that use less gasoline or run on electricity or other alternative fuels. Everyone can play a part, including students and teachers. Second step. Our second step is to use energy at home, at work, and on the go. 29% of US carbon emissions come from generating electricity. Most of the electricity is used in our homes, offices, and factories to power everything from heating and cooling systems to lights, computers, refrigerators, and cell phones. As you can see in the figure, total US greenhouse gas emissions by economic sector in 2020. Ways to mitigate electricity emissions. How we can mitigate electricity emissions? We can mitigate it by renewable energy. Renewable energy harnesses the power of the wind, sun, water, tides, and other planetary resources like geothermal heat, which comes from the earth's core to produce electric power, and agriculture biomass products also can be used to generate electricity and heat when combust with coal. Renewables generate electricity without producing carbon gases or producing very little when compared to traditional energy sources. Carbon capture and storage. Carbon capture and storage, shortly known as CCS, is a technology that captures carbon dioxide emissions from factories and power plants and stores them underground. CCS technologies can capture up to 90% of carbon emissions from a facility. Transportation is the largest source of carbon gas emissions in the United States, primarily due to cars and trucks that burn gasoline and diesel fuel. As you can see in the figure how carbon capture and storage technology works. Ways to mitigate these carbon emissions. How to mitigate these carbon emissions? We can mitigate it by improve fuel efficiency. Standards agreed to by federal agencies California and the auto industry aim to raise average fuel economy for passenger cars up to 54.5 miles per gallon for model year 2025. Advanced diesels and hybrids. Diesels and hybrids use different engines that the standard internal combustion engine. Diesels also use different fuels. These technologies both offer significant improvements in fuel economy, and because they use less gas and produce fewer greenhouse gas emissions when compared to other cars and trucks, it can reduce greenhouse gas emissions per mile by 65%. Hydrogen fuel cells. Hydrogen fuel cells, a staple of the US space program, produce power by combining oxygen with hydrogen, with the only tailpipe emission being water vapor. Technological advances and reductions in costs associated with fuel cells could promote a future with more hydrogen-based transportation options. Major companies are already experimenting with hydrogen vehicles. Industry. About a fifth of US carbon gas emissions come from industry, including from making iron and steel, cement, and aluminium. Emissions can be reduced by capturing, recovering, or reprocessing emissions for another industrial product or process. Increasing collaboration among industries that could use captured emissions would also help. Many companies are setting emissions goals and taking steps to reduce emissions from industrial processes. Advantages and disadvantages of carbon emissions. Advantages are we can slow down global warming, we can save many species from extinction, increase of attention of the general public, companies can improve their public image. The disadvantages are many increase may increase product prices, lower company profits, higher unemployment rates. Some companies may go out of business. Carbon compensation programs may be rather non-transparent. Conclusion: because air pollution and greenhouse gases are often released from the same sources, cutting greenhouse gas emissions in an effort to slow climate change also reduces air pollutants such as fine particulate matter. Reducing these co-emitted air pollutants improves air quality and benefits human health, helping avoid the runaway costs of climate change, creating jobs, competing internationally, improving public health, saving households and business money, enhancing national and global security, providing benefits to farmers. Thank you for your precious time for my presentation. I hope you got the concept that why we should mitigate carbon emissions. Thank you.